everybody, it's Lisa, and it is Sunday, August 26th of 2018, and well, as you can see, I'm not looking so good. I am in the ICU, and I've been in the ICU since yesterday. I'm not sure what time I got here. I was in the ER at 9:30 in the morning yesterday. So I'll try to give you as much of an update as I can. There's kind of too much to get into, but I am not doing well. Sorry that this is dark. So haven't been feeling well, and Monday when I went back to the doctor's office, they didn't pull my drain. I can't really remember. I can't really remember Monday. But I was starting to not feel well on Tuesday. I called their office, went back in, saw them, saw a PA again. Just not that same PA, but I saw a PA again. She said that she thought she might be seeing the start of some small infections on my incision, but she felt they were superficial, and we were treating them with triple antibiotic, which is an ointment, not an oral. And I was supposed to call. I had a fever when I got to their office. I didn't even know it. But it was low grade. So they told me to call if, that got worse. So that was Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, my fever went higher. I started to have the chills. I was having chills alternating with profusely sweating. And really just my not feeling well was getting worse. So I called, and I was told if your fever's not over 101 point whatever, 4 or 6, not really going to do anything. Sure, it's fine. If it goes over that, call back. Thursday, still running a low-grade temperature, 100.7, whatever. Chills are getting worse. Night sweats are happening. I was having swelling in my abdomen. So I called, got an appointment for Friday. Went back on Friday. The swelling was better because the swelling, although there was still some weird swelling, which I pointed out to them, but was told, well, the incision was actually looking better. But, unless that fever is, over a certain amount, we're not going to do anything. I don't comprehend this. Okay, I know that here in America, they don't want to give anybody anything anymore. They don't want to give people pain medication if they need it. I can't take it anyway, but they don't want to give people antibiotic because they're so worried about people developing whatever, I can't even think straight, developing a tolerance to antibiotics. They don't want to prescribe antibiotic anymore. It's so frustrating. Anyhow, so that was Friday. I went home and things just went downhill. It was my daughter's first cheer game, and I tried to go. I went to like the parent meet and greet, and I couldn't even stand. I was sitting in a chair. I was completely out of it. I started having stomach spasms. And I told my husband, I have to go home. So he took me home, and, he stayed to watch Tess, and he's like, he did ask me and I'm like, no, don't stay home, go. And while he was gone, I had bouts of diarrhea, and my fever was bad. I then paged my doctor, and I spoke to him, and he gave me two options. One was I could go to the ER. By the time he called me back, it was late when all of this was going on. And I almost passed out. That's another thing. I got up from going to the bathroom, and I almost didn't make it to the bed, and I was home alone. So anyway, the option was to go to the ER, but he said, unfortunately, the time that it was, that no tests were really going to happen until the morning. So if I felt I would be more comfortable, I could stay home, or I could, just go to the ER in the morning. So I opted. It was my choice to stay home on Friday evening, and things just continued to go downhill. I was disoriented. I almost passed out again. I had severe diarrhea, pain, aches all over my body, fever still, not reactive to Tylenol. Tylenol was not taking my fever down. Hold on just a second. I need to move this cord. It's lying on my neck. Okay. So, I came to the ER, and my fever was unreactive to Tylenol here as well. Their first initial reaction was sepsis. Oh, hell. I'm gonna have to stop it here, and I will pick up where I left off. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna try to wrap this up because something's always going on in ICU. I'm connected to, I don't know if you can even see it. Let's see if I can get this to, this is my IV panel. Hold on. And I have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 different things running into me. I don't know if you guys are seeing that or not, but whatever. I have 2 different IVs running. It's a nightmare. Anyway, their first thought was sepsis. But then, while I was in the ER, my blood pressure tanked. They gave me 4 liters of fluid in a matter of 3 hours. I never urinated once. My blood pressure never came up. My blood pressure was running 70 over 40. So they admitted me into ICU and started running. They had already taken blood tests and whatever, and blood cultures. They also did a CT scan with dye of my abdomen looking for an abscess or hematoma, something to find the source of infection. Here's where things stand. I can't go through everything at this point, but here's where things stand as of right now. Clearly, still in ICU. Can't seem to get my blood pressure figured out. Can't find the source of infection. I thought it might be. I'm not in sepsis, so thank God. As far as we know, as of right now. Okay. They thought it could be C. diff. Tested for that. Cultures came back negative. There are still blood cultures that take 48 hours. So I haven't been here 48 hours yet. So those they're still waiting on. The surgeon came in this morning. He withdrew a pocket of fluid via a needle inserted into my abdomen. That was underneath my mons. And he drew the fluid out of there. It looked fine. There was no pus, but that's out for culture as well. So the only thing that I can say that's good as of right now is I don't have a fever anymore. They've had me on 2 different IV antibiotics. So clearly that's, one it was, I think, specific to C. diff, which they've discontinued at this point. The other was a very heavy broad spectrum, but I don't know what it is. I mean, they've checked for urinary tract infection. They've checked all different things. They're very confused. I'm very confused. But the most daunting thing is not only is that I can't, without the help of medication, I can't hold my blood pressure. And my heart rate went as low as 37 beats a minute. So that freaked him out pretty good. My heart rate's been better now, so that's good. My potassium has dropped. So they've been trying to give me potassium pills. I'm taking these pills and nothing's changing. So now they just started a potassium drip too. Very frustrated. I will tell you though, my incision looks fine. It's finally healing, and I don't have any more. I was having blisters that were developing and getting skin rips from an adhesion allergy that I didn't know I was allergic to. So all of that is clearing up, and my incision is drying out and healing. But this has been awful. I am here till at least Wednesday. As of right now, I was told that this evening. Because they have to find the source of infection to know if my blood pressure issue is related to the infection or if it's related to dehydration. They could not keep me on a continual IV drip. Sorry, I have to rest my arm. They couldn't keep me on a continual IV drip because they had given me so much IV fluid in ER yesterday that they were worried about overhydrating me. But now tonight they've put me back on an IV, a continual IV drip, and I think that's going to help tremendously. I will tell you, even though it doesn't look like it, I feel the best that I have felt in days as of right now. So that's kind of scary. But I have a lot more to say on this, but I'm kind of done. And I'm tired. I haven't slept, but I don't know. I think I've slept 4.5 hours in the last 36 plus hours. Maybe it's been more hours than that. I don't know. But that's why you guys haven't seen an update from me, because I've been here And that's what I'm going through. So I will probably not respond to comments from this video, but I did want to update you guys. Okay? Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.